What is it with WWE and Eastern European wrestlers? Why do they feel they need to crack this market? Because they never do anything with them. You know what? It's wrong of me to even limit it to that side of the continent. I mean European wrestlers in general. I mean flipping Asian wrestlers. See Kali, see Yoshitatsu. They don't do shit with them. Do you remember back in the day? Rest in peace and all, but remember Umaga? Everybody flipping knew it was essentially Jamal from Rosie Jamal, rehashed and repackaged. But everyone was fine with it. They brought him in under this massive hype. And he was being pushed to the moon. To the point where he was representing Vince McMahon at a WrestleMania. So you're obviously thought of quite highly when you're put in that spot against Bobby Lashley. Right? He lost to Lashley, and then that downward spiral started happening. All of a sudden, Umaga was enhancement talent for others. You barely saw him, and he was eventually released. And unfortunately, he's no longer with us. Remember Kali? Great Kali. I say remember because I know technically he's still part of the WWE roster. But you rarely see him. Yet this man was a former world champion. This man had a feud with The Undertaker. Yeah. He had a feud with The Undertaker. They brought him in under a massive hype. I mean, you can tell it was a massive hype because they put the damn world strap on him. It must have been a pretty big deal. They brought him in under this wild hype, they pushed him to the moon, and now, then all of a sudden he started losing matches, and then became enhancement talent for others. He started losing to people that in your wildest dreams you wouldn't lose to. But you can understand, the motherfucker can barely walk. How much wrestle? He barely walks. They brought him in as an attraction and no one gives a fuck. No one was able to identify with him. No one is one. I mean, it's hard enough for a foreign guy to get over anyway, but there was nothing about him that was exciting. He can't move. So how, as fans, are we supposed to get invested in him? Now you see him doing things. I think he stopped doing the kissing cam thing now. Now he's kind of paired with Natalia. Sorry, he was paired with Natalia. Now I'm not really sure what the fuck he's doing. I don't even know if he's still in the roster. This is a former world champ. Remember Alexander Kozlov? They brought this motherfucker in under a big fucking hype. Big hype. You saw video package after video package after video package after video. Literally in 2010, that's all you were hearing. And then all of a sudden, they never really got going with him. Just when they were starting to push him, they paired him with Antonio Morella. I'm sure the original plan was for them to get so over that by the time Kozlov turns on Santino Morella, that by the time he turns on Santino, he would get major heat that way. That never happened. He got fired. What is it? What is it about wanting to go to certain places to pick? Remember Justin Gabriel? You don't see these sort of people anymore. Where is it? Until recently, look at Wade Barrett. If it's not someone in America, you don't give a fuck, Vince McMahon. But initially there'll be all this grand push, this need to make him feel like a big deal. And then you bring in this Rusev character. And you just think to yourself, automatically, when you see him, everybody thought the same thing. Ah, another Alexander Kozlov. That's all we thought. Another Alexander Kozlov. I can't even say his name right. That's how forgettable he is. Everybody thought the same thing. Kozlov. There you go. Alexander Kozlov. Everybody thought the same thing. Yeah, alright, he comes out with a smoking hot chick that has me invested when she's on camera. And yeah, alright, you can move around a little bit, but does anyone really give a fuck? Does anyone genuinely give a fuck? Be honest. Do you give a fuck? You watch. Eventually, they will have this genius idea to pair him with someone like Santino. It's gonna happen. Give it a year. It will happen. It's a shame. It is a shame because they do need to tap into these markets. But they don't do... They lose faith with these people too quickly. And I predict in 6 months, when he eventually goes after a John Cena, because you know that's going to happen, and John Cena, in his typical fashion, will not put him over, downward spiral. I just wanted to kind of get it off my chest that I don't get it with Rusev. Maybe you do. I'd love to hear your opinion and what you think about the Rusev character. Whether you think he's the next Alexander Kozlov, or do you really think that WWE are going to do something different with him? At least, I guess, they're pairing him with Lana, and Lana gets a reaction. People are invested in her positively because she looks great, negatively because she talks Russian. So she's getting a reaction that way. And I suppose if you're going to pair somebody up with somebody who doesn't necessarily get a reaction, you might as well do it with someone who does. So from that point of view, fantastic. But do you think it's going to make any difference? I'd love to hear what you guys think. Take care.